Okay, the time has come to wrap up transactions, where we will cover transaction rules. And the two things we will start with are Snapshot Isolation, which defines the read consistency, and optimistic concurrency, which governs concurrent updates. We'll start off with Snapshot Isolation. And please observe that this behavior may differ between languages, so be sure to check out the documentation. The first rule is that all read operations in a transaction will return the values data store had when the transaction started. And the second rule for Snapshot Isolation is updates will not be reflected while in a transaction. So if an entity is modified or deleted in the transaction, a query will get the original version of the entity, or nothing, if the entity did not exist then. That's Snapshot Isolation, but please be sure to check out the documentation, as this behavior is somewhat language specific. So let's turn to optimistic concurrency. This rule is that a commit transaction will only be successful if the values updated by this transaction have not changed since the begin transaction. If the values that you are trying to update has changed since begin, the transaction will fail. Then there are two additional rules you should be aware of. The first is that one transaction can modify at most 5 ancestor groups. The second rule is that a transaction must complete within 60 seconds. But the general rule is, of course, to keep the execution of transactions short as possible, unless in extremely rare cases it should be finished within a couple of seconds, and in most cases less than a second. That completes this section.